All right, let's be real for a second. Does financial freedom feel like some far-off, impossible dream? Well, today, we're going to break down a plan that could make it happen way sooner than you think. And you can forget everything you've heard about needing millions and millions of dollars. We're talking about something different, a $500,000 escape plan. Let's dive in. This right here, this is the core idea that just changes the whole game. You heard that right. Not $5 million, $500,000. That's a number that actually feels achievable, right? It's the foundation for a plan that could totally reframe how you think about your future. Because this isn't just about a different number, it's about a completely different mindset. Okay, I know what you're probably thinking. How is that even possible? It sounds a little too good to be true, doesn't it? Like some kind of fantasy. But here's the thing, it's not magic. It's just math. So let's actually dig into the numbers and see how this whole thing works. Okay, so before we can really appreciate this new plan, we've got to talk about the old one. We need to tear down what I like to call the $1,000,000 myth. You know the drill, right? You've heard it a million times. Financial gurus, articles, maybe even your well-meaning uncle at a family barbecue. They all say the same thing. You need an absolute mountain of cash to retire comfortably. But what if that's not the whole story? What if they're wrong? $5 million. Just let that number sink in for a second. For most of us, a number that big is, well, it's kind of meaningless, isn't it? It's so intimidating that it feels completely out of reach. It's the kind of goal that honestly just makes you want to give up before you even get started. But what if that number is just the wrong target? What if we've all been chasing the wrong goal? What if there's a smarter, more efficient path? This, my friends, is where we get to the core of this whole explainer. The $500,000 escape plan. So here's the absolute key. This isn't about just saving up a giant Scrooge McDuck-style pile of money to slowly chip away at. No, this is about building an income-generating machine, a machine that keeps working for you so that you don't have to. This is the new target, $500,000. Now look, that's still a lot of money, no doubt about it. But when you put it next to $5 million, it's a completely different ballgame. This is a number you can actually wrap your head around, a number you can build a real plan around. You know, seeing them side by side like this really makes the difference crystal clear, doesn't it? The old myth is all about saving, hoarding this massive pile of cash. But the new plan, it's about investing. It's about creating an efficient income-generating machine. It's a huge shift from just saving to saving strategically. All right, so how do we actually get from that $500,000 to a life of freedom? It really all comes down to one key number. Think of this as the engine that powers this entire plan. And here it is, 8.5%. That's it. That's the annual return that makes this whole strategy not just possible, but plausible. Now, the key word here is conservative. This isn't about getting lucky with some crazy risky stock tip. Not at all. We're talking about historical averages. A good diversified portfolio, think broad market index funds, has often returned even more than this over the long haul. So targeting 8.5% is actually a pretty realistic goal, one with a nice little safety net built right in. So here's the simple recipe for financial freedom. Step 1, you start with your $500,000 nest egg. Step 2, you apply that conservative 8.5% annual return. And step 3, boom, you generate $42,500 a year in passive income. That's your new salary, a salary you don't have to work a single day to earn. Okay, 42 grand a year sounds great, for sure. But let's be honest, we all live our lives month to month, paycheck to paycheck. So let's break that number down into something that feels a lot more real, a lot more tangible, your new monthly paycheck. So what does that annual income actually look like when it hits your bank account every month? Well, it's simple math. We take that $42,500, we divide it by 12 months, and we get just over $3,500. That is your new monthly, totally passive paycheck. And there it is, around $3,500 a month, every single month. That's money that shows up while you're sleeping, while you're traveling, while you're finally starting that passion project you've always dreamed about. This is what it means to have your money work for you. I mean, just think about it. What could you do with an extra $3,500 a month? For a lot of people, that covers the big stuff, right? Rent or mortgage, utilities, groceries, your car. Maybe it funds some travel, some hobbies. But you know what the most valuable thing it buys you? It's not a thing at all. It's your time. It's your freedom. So look, the math works. The plan is solid. But at the end of the day, this is about way more than just numbers on a spreadsheet. It's about your life. So the real question, the one I want to leave you with, is this. If you had that freedom, what would you do with it?